Good morning and welcome to the CalCAP Lender Roundtable. Thank you for joining us today. This is Doreen Smith, CalCAP Manager, and I would like to start today by introducing the new Executive Director, Nancy Robles. Nancy returns to CPCFA from the iBank, where she was the Deputy Executive Director. Nancy previously worked as the CalCAP Manager, so many of you are familiar with her, and she is very familiar with the CalCAP program. Welcome, Nancy.
Hi there. I just wanted to let everyone know that I'm so happy to be back, and it's great to reconnect with some of you that I already know and also meet the rest of you, although it's virtually right now. And as Doreen mentioned, I'm not a stranger to CPCFA. I worked here from 2009 until about 2014. Then I went to iBank, and I was at iBank for about 6 years, and now I returned. And some of you might remember me as Nancy Trombley. I got married a couple years ago and changed my name. I actually started my state career here at CPCFA in CalCAP 11 years ago. And prior to that, I spent many years in the private banking sector. And I'm really happy to see that the CPCFA programs are still thriving. And I can't wait to get started in my new role here. And I think today is exactly 30 days since I've been back. So I'm all reacquainted with all of the programs and just ready to get rolling. So thanks, Doreen.
Thank you, Nancy. Also today we have Janie Davis, our Deputy Executive Director, and analysts Lauren Ross and Robert Saul. There will be an opportunity for you to ask questions at the end of this presentation. The recording and the slide presentation will also be available on the CalCAP website. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the questions box, which is on your GoToWebinar toolbar. We will now begin the presentation. Our agenda today includes CalCAP by the numbers, an emergency rulemaking update, program reminders, supplemental contributions, the online application process, CalCAP outreach, and lender participation statistics. We'd like to start today by providing an update on the program statistics for each of our CalCAP programs. For 2020, the totals through July 31st are as follows. For the CalCAP Small Business Program, so far this year, we have enrolled 590 loans for $18.9 million. CalCAP has made $618,990 in contributions for those loans. 136 claims have been filed for $1.7 million. For the CalCAP Air Resources Board program, so far in 2020, we have enrolled 1,877 loans for $131.5 million. 1,938 trucks and 71 trailers have been financed with these loans. CalCAP has made $8.9 million in contributions. 432 claims have been filed for $16.3 million. For the CalCAP Collateral Support Program, so far this year we have enrolled 24 loans for $8 million. CalCAP has made $2.3 million in collateral contributions for these loans. 5 claims have been filed for $502,650. For our electric vehicle charging station program, we've enrolled one loan in 2020 for $500,000. CalCAP contributed $150,000 in contributions for that loan. Our seismic safety program, though it has enrolled 3 loans over the lifetime of the program, has not had any loans enrolled in 2020 so far. CalCAP filed emergency regulations with the Office of Administrative Law, and these regulations were approved on July 31st, 2020. The emergency regulations are now in effect and will expire on May 29th, 2021. Therefore, CalCAP will begin the permanent rulemaking process this month so that that process is complete well before the emergency regulations expire. These regulations changes were made in response to lender input, especially in response to the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. In addition, updates were made to the CARB program regulations due to the new contract between the Air Resources Board and CPCFA. I will now summarize the changes that have been made to the regulations. For the CalCAP for Small Business program, the definition of a change in terms has been revised, allowing lenders to extend the maturity date of a loan for up to 18 months. We have also amended the recapture threshold to revert back to the 15%. That will be effective this year, 2020. For the CalCAP Air Resources Board program, the regulations have been updated to show that loans can be enrolled in the program for up to 10 years. We've also revised the definition of change in terms, allowing lenders to extend the maturity date of a loan for up to 18 months. The recapture threshold has been reverted back to 15%. Additionally, there is the added requirement that a vehicle must be registered in California with the Department of Motor Vehicles in order to be enrolled in this program. In addition, a revised CARB borrower certificate will be emailed out within the next week and then will be required after a transition period. The form will also be posted on the CalCAP website. For the collateral support program, we've updated the maximum collateral support program contribution, the maximum support contribution for all small business loans between $250,000 and $20 million by providing 30% of the loan value plus an additional credit enhancement of 7.5% if a business is located in a severely affected community. The severely affected contribution is increased from 5% to 7.5%. We've clarified that all loans enrolled in the collateral support program are eligible for up to 4 years of support. We've updated the minimum closing fee to reflect the proper amount of $1,000 minimum closing fee. Now, I'd like to go over a couple CalCAP program reminders for you. Loan enrollment applications and claim forms must be complete in order for CalCAP staff to begin processing. Some examples of missing items are missing lender or borrower signature on certifications or certifications missing altogether. Another example is an address not matching between the application and a certificate. So we just ask that number one, you make sure the application is complete before submitting. And additionally, we'd really appreciate your assistance in a timely response when CalCAP staff inquires for additional information. Therefore, they'll be able to complete the processing. As you know, an application is not considered complete until all the required information is received. Therefore, again, we really appreciate your prompt response to us. And if several inquiries are made and we do not receive the information in order to have a complete application, enrollment may be denied. Additionally, we'd like to remind you that if you do not have enough funds in your loan loss reserve account to cover a claim, that claim will need to be rejected. Okay, as a reminder, CalCAP provides a supplemental contribution for loans that are made to borrowers in a severely affected community. This is for our small business, collateral support, seismic safety, and ADA programs. In addition to borrowers located in high unemployment areas, We also provide this contribution to borrowers affected by natural disasters and the COVID-19 pandemic. If a borrower's business is affected by COVID-19, please complete the supplemental contribution form and include it with the loan enrollment application. This form can be found on the CalCAP website at the link on this slide. Okay, as many of you are aware, CalCAP has an online system available for the submission of CalCAP enrollment applications. I will now turn over the presentation to Nancy.
So I believe, hi, this is Nancy. Sorry, we had a little trouble with the unmuting there. First, I'd like to say that I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe during these crazy times with the pandemic. You know, I've been around a while. I haven't seen anything quite like this before. And, you know, through all of this, it's taught us a lot about how we conduct our business here. So, like when the stay-at-home order hit us in March, everybody was scrambling to, you know, get everyone teleworking. And, you know, it's no secret that the state is a little bit behind on its technology. We only had a couple of laptops here that we needed to distribute to staff. So most of the staff that are, you know, teleworking are using their own personal computer systems. We do have about 25% of our staff that do come into the office right now, and we're all on a staggered schedule with almost everyone teleworking at least, you know, 1 or 2 days a week. And what we learned was that we can be actually very efficient this way. We were a little bit slow getting started, but right now it's like we're not missing a beat, whether we have someone teleworking or in the office. And you know, we did have to come up with some solutions on how to distribute and process the applications. And you know, without the ability to, you know, pass paper basically from staff member to staff member, and then to management for approval, we ended up coming up with an internal method for this multi-stage process of completing the applications, and we did this through electronic folders. So one of the other things that we learned is that our online application website that was in the process of being developed and was being tested proved to be a really valuable resource. So we want to do our part to help you be as efficient as possible as well. So we're going to be opening up that online application website to all CalCAP and CARB lenders. And with that, I'll go ahead and turn this over to Robert, and Robert's going to tell you a little bit more about that.
Hello, this is Robert Stoltz from CalCAP. Some of you are familiar with me. I've worked with a number of you doing enrollments and claims in the past, and I'd really like to thank Ascentium, Allegiant, Opening Doors, and a couple of the other lenders who have helped us. Over the past couple years, we very thoroughly tested this system, and so we're really excited to get to offer this process program-wide. The online enrollment process has proven to be faster and easier than any of our other enrollment methods. There's no extra fields or information required beyond what's currently on the applications. So I'd love to take this moment to personally assure you that this is not going to add a bunch of extra steps or time on your end to fill out the application using this method. The website adds convenient drop-downs and lookup options on certain fields, so it actually helps to reduce errors for submissions at all steps throughout the process. It's going to help increase our efficiency and improve our processing time as well. So the online application process also has some additional features like providing you with up-to-date status updates on every loan that you've submitted through this process. Next slide, please. So you can reach the online application webpage at the calcap.treasurer.ca.gov link you can see at the top of the page here. When you follow that link, you'll come to the page that we have pictured. On this page, you can activate your account and log in to submit loans. To activate your account, you're going to need to contact CalCAP staff at calcap@treasurer.ca.gov by September 1st, 2020. Staff will provide you with instructions to activate your account, and you'll register an associated with that account. Next slide. So once you've activated your account, you'll immediately be able to submit new loans. You can see on the page here there are buttons towards the middle top. You can click on different programs, letting you submit applications. You can also see below a list where you're able to look at all of the applications that you submitted. As I mentioned earlier, with up-to-date, you can refresh it regularly to see, what status it has, whether we've processed it, whether it's been approved. So you'll be able to actually organize loans there, review them before final submission, and you can attach documents for uploading when you submit the final loan to us. So we're going to be available to conduct one-on-one training sessions upon request with each lender to go through the entirety of the application process. And also, in any issues that you encounter, we'll be here every step of the process to help you guys run into any kind of issues. So again, we're looking forward to offering this option to everyone as we improve and progress CalCAP for our stakeholders. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Now I'd like to give you a little update about CalCAP outreach. CalCAP was very active out and about in 2019, but this year, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, outreach has moved to virtual arena. CalCAP does continue to participate in small business assistance and resource webinars in coordination with the State Treasurer's Office, Chambers of Commerce, Assembly members, and other state agencies. The Air Resources Board is in the process of planning their first virtual one-stop truck event in September, and we would appreciate any of our CalCAP CARB lenders participating in this event with us. Details will be announced once they are finalized. We also want to make sure that all of you are aware that we post lender participation statistics at the end of each quarter on the CalCAP website. The link to the report is provided on this slide. The slide right here is a snapshot of the most recent statistics in your Resources Board loan program. We encourage you to sign up for our listserv and to follow CPCFA on Twitter so you can stay up to date on all program updates and outreach events. You can sign up for our listserv on our webpage. There will be a link for the listserv. That's the Treasurer's website provided here. And you can follow us on Twitter at CalCPCFA. Okay, we've now reached the end of the presentation, so we'll welcome any questions or comments that you have. So please go ahead and type any questions you have into the questions box, and we'll move on to those. Okay, we have one question asking about if the online application process will have API functionality. We're actually hoping you can just clarify exactly what you mean, and then we'll try to answer you. We received thank you for our support during the pandemic, and I would like to say thank you back to all of our lenders for working with us through this. It's been a learning and a trying time for everyone. And that's why a couple of the changes also that we made to the regulations, we hope will be able to help you assist your borrowers Okay. Oh, a clarification about the online application process is that a lender already has their own internal systems that help populate the data. So I guess they're concerned with how that will work with our system. I'd say once you sign in and do a test, we can work with you, and if there's something that we can assist you either by what we're requiring or if we need to do something with our IT department, we'll definitely work with you. It might be, this will probably be, some of this stuff will be specific to lenders depending on what your internal processes are, but we'll work with you. Basically, my answer is I'm not sure at this point how it will work for you, so we'll go from here. Okay. Next question, besides the requirement of the equipment being titled in California, are there any additional updates to equipment or business requirements? No, not at this time. All the other requirements are the same. We have a question for Robert about how do they get an activation PIN for the online system.
Thanks for the question, Matt. As I mentioned, where you'll send out an email to calcap@treasurer.ca.gov, just you can put the subject line online application process. We'll send you out the activation PIN that you need to go ahead and get started. Thank you again, Matt.
Okay, question is there an update on lender rankings within the CARB program? And that would be what we provide on our website under lender participation statistics. So it lists each of the participating lenders and their activity. So that's provided on the website quarterly, called lender participation statistics. Robert, you want to take that online application?
Yeah, I see we have a question from Kristen about the online application process. Is there any ability to lock fields that never change as a lender, like the lender name, lender ID? And actually, we've already got that built into the system. So all of your lender profile is, for those of you who we already have in our database, which is all of you, we've got that loaded in there already, and it is locked. It won't change. You won't have to input that every time. So that's already taken care of. Thank you.
Do we have any other questions? Okay, then. I'd just like to take this time to, again, welcome Nancy to CPCFA, and we're really excited to move forward with improvements and continue working with all of you lenders and increase lending and helping small business borrowers. Please contact us after the fact if you have any other questions or comments. And this presentation and the audio file will be posted on our website, so you will be able to review it at a later date. And again, thank you very much for participating in CalCAP and joining us on today's webinar. Have a great day. Thank you.